We're very appreciative of the $1 billion in investment in our region over the next 5 years, yet our needs remain very significant. I want to mention two things that we feel are detrimental to our region's prosperity and economic development. Since its inception, we've noted shortfalls in the SMART scale methodology. This became more apparent in the latest round, which none of our major 95 projects scored well enough for any funding. The governor and his administration have mentioned a posture of funding projects with the greatest economic impact. Our region is expected to once again nearly double in size over the next 20 years. And we're also home to the top interstate congestion hotspot for the entire nation. We're mired in traffic, and this is economic impact. These improvements must be made a priority. Secondly, there's a lack of a sustainable and viable transportation funding solution for the Commonwealth. As you heard from Mr. McDaniel and others, we need to figure better ways of raising transportation funds. The I-81 deal represents proof that if the governor and his administration advocate for a deal, it passes. The I-81 deal is a step in the right direction, but it's not enough. Over $7 billion in needs were requested from across the Commonwealth in this last round of SMART scale. We hear nothing but complaints and traffic despair all around us. We need help. The Fredericksburg Regional Chamber implores the governor, the Commonwealth Transportation Board, and the Secretary of Transportation to find a sustainable and viable transportation funding solution for our infrastructure needs. It's the only way Virginia can be competitive and move our economy forward in the future.
I would urge you to look at the 95 corridor as a national corridor, not just for Virginia, but it's the whole East Coast. And that means that the federal government should play an active role in it, but it also means that it just cannot be seen as a local transportation problem. It's almost a national problem. It connects north and south, and Florida and New York, and so we don't have we have the local traffic, we have the commuters, we have the regional traffic. So when you look at it, it's much greater than a local problem. And as such, when you talk about funding this problem, you have to look at not just local funding. It's good to have a local tax or something, a transportation district, that helps. But I think you have to look at this thing almost on a statewide or a national basis. And you have to look at the ways to fund it where everybody pays. Don't put it on the backs of the local community. And it's got to be the whole state, because the whole state benefits. And while don't forget the national level, you only can control your local funding. So I urge you to do that. And you earlier talked about patience. And I have no patience, none, with the political leadership in this state that has gone for years underfunding transportation. And they can anyone say what they want to. So I urge you to, when you talk to your local politicians, urge that they adequately fund transportation on a statewide basis. This is not, we haven't even talked about your problems with maintenance funding, and you've got big needs in that as well as the capital projects. And you have a serious money problem that I hope that you all will look at. Now, everybody knows how I feel. I'm in favor of a gas tax. And it's the simplest, easiest, quickest way to get money into transportation. Politicians hate it, but if you're going to solve the transportation problem, that's the quickest, easiest way to get the money, and the fairest way. Everybody pays. Everybody. The illegal aliens pay, the tourists pay, the truckers pay, and everybody pays. And that's one of the quick sources of adequate transportation funding. Thank you.